Good everything. It is Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. It's about 9 a.m. and I'm out here. I forgot to ask my husband to harvest the carrots to me on Friday. So I got some gloves. I'm putting my gloves on and just have to go in there and harvest what I can. Hopefully I don't run into no caterpillars or wiggly things. Anyway, I'm out here again and I'm looking at my pippins. I thought I had it staked good. It was not. And then as I was messing with this limb, I broke it. So let me get that staked up and harvest some of these peppers. Now, for as much as I've gotten harvested is as many as I have whose tops have broken off and are still in these cinder blocks. But being around here, what I noticed is that the okra has put on blooms and got a small okra forming. What I'm thinking about doing with the carrots, thinking blanch and canned. This pepper, I haven't seen any fruit, but I've seen flowers. And this is the pippin. And I still have some good sized ones on here. I should probably harvest them, but we'll give it a few more days. This is the harvest for today. Acorn squash has basically taken over this area, but I did come and walk around the peppers that are putting on blooms, and not many of the tendrils have climbed on the pepper plants, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna let it be. I'm not gonna cut them or anything. I'm gonna just try to keep them off the peppers when I come out here. And the fish pepper I saw started to put on fruit. So that's what those are looking like. I know the scotchies are putting on, and I think the jalapenos, I saw flowers on those. So I have a few more things to do out here. And some of the radishes, the pods have dried, so I can now harvest some seeds. We got a few more. I must say I didn't get any salvageable radishes, but seeds are a plus. And you're about to lay in. Move some of those vines and start some beetle bug looking things up. See, I don't know the name of them. I need to figure that out. See that? So I'm going to sprinkle till 7 in hopes that it take care of that. It's funny how pests are not attracted to the peppers, but everything else they want to jump on. And I don't know if I mentioned that the celery that was wilted last week has since recovered and looking healthy. I think I'm gonna harvest a few stalks. Now, if you recall, when I thinned some tomatoes from this bed, I planted a few, sprinkled them out through the garden, a few in this bed, and they've started to put on flowers. I have some over there in the sweet potato bed as well. I didn't harvest any peas today, but I want to say the Tepawan, I might be wrong. They've started to vine and bush out in this area. The cucumber lemon variety is doing much better than the Jamaican gherkin. See, there's the Jamaican ones right there, and it probably is because the lemon took over. So let's see what I got harvested, what's gonna go in the pot today. Perhaps got some burgundy beans, got some kale, some celery, some callaloo, along with a few pieces of Swiss chard and some peppers. And I had to go get the carrots. So this is the haul for today. I think I'm going to wash up the veggies and maybe saute some stuff later. So I'll bring you back. Alright, so the microwave says it's 7:37. I'm out here prepping my carrots that was harvested today. I'm going to do about 3 pint jars. And if I don't have enough, then I guess I'll be going outside with my shovel and trying to get some more of the ones that I broke the heads off of. So let's see how this works out. I'm going to link a video at the bottom of this vlog for the recipe I'm following. Nothing spectacular. I already have my mason jars sanitized, so this should be a simple process. Alright, so we have 3 jars. This is the bigger of the 3, or the tallest of the 3 I should say, and it has 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The other 2 have 1/4 cup of brown sugar. My husband likes glazed carrots, so that's what we're working with. Already did the debubbling, 1/4 head spacing, and wipe the rims. So I'm gonna get the lids on those, tighten the lids hand screwed, you know what I mean, and then we'll get it in the pressure cooker for about 25 minutes. Once it comes out of the pressure cooker, we're going to let it cool down, take the lids off, and I'm gonna invert it upside down for I think the video I saw said 24 hours before putting it in the pantry. So that's it. So good everything. It is Thursday, the 14th of August 2025. It's about 11 a.m. and I am out here today just looking at this corn. I have some ears here that I'm hoping I might be able to get something from. Of the, let's see, I think I did 6 per bag, and I have 6 bags, so that would have been 36. I'd be happy with half a dozen. That ain't no good. Salvageable ears. But what I did do was, since my peas, because of the fluctuation in temps that we've been having, and rain and so on and so forth, I harvested some peas last week, and I have since planted them in these bags in hopes of getting some kind of pea situation. Yeah, these are all wonky, so I don't know if I'm gonna get anything salvageable. I did pull these off earlier, but obviously ain't nobody eating on that. So yeah, according to the Farmer's Almanac around here, we're gonna have a bitterly cold winter. So I bought these 2 in different lengths to try on my orchard over there. So I'm gonna try putting them around the trees, and hopefully it gives them a fighting chance for next season. Now, as to the bees, the hive on the left is still slow going, so I haven't yet put on another super. The hive on the right, very active, as you can see, and I have since put on an additional super for them. So that's how they're doing. And if you can't tell, I've been overran with weeds on this berm, but I got a plan for that. I'm gonna tackle that later. All the potatoes have since been infested with something, and 7 does not seem to be working. So I need to figure out what that joker is right there. See him? So this squash plant have put on blooms, but I haven't seen any fruit. The potatoes, they've been eaten down and they come back. So that's why I haven't attempted to harvest anything. As you can see right there, that's coming back. This squash plant just decided that, hey, it ain't no need in trying. So one may ask, why didn't I plant in ground? Well, I knew that I was going to have a busy year with certain off-screen projects, so I opted not to do in-ground or that big bed back there. So that would be the reason for that question. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I haven't been out there in a few days, but back here anyway. So I'm looking at what I need to clean up and or spray. As I've stated, I'm changing the vineyard from this area next season, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these supports. All right, got an idea of what needs to be cleaned up and beat up and all that good stuff, so that's what I'm going to work on. Alright, another dumb idea was bringing these buckets out here and filling it up with this topsoil in hopes to get that pile down. And then it started to rain, and then they started to fill up, and that let me know that I need to bore some bigger holes in them. And here is where they sit. Now they have water, and it's going to be too heavy to move. So do I leave them out here this winter, knowing full well they're going to freeze and thaw and possibly burst? I don't know. Might have to get a dolly and move them, but that's another project that needs some attention. And the compost area, obviously some seeds got in there, and it looks like I have a few squash plants going on in there. So let me see what, if anything, I can get accomplished. Now I measured these tree trunk protectors, or as the packaging said, tree guards, and I know I need 2 more sets, 1 of each size, and I'm not going to put them on until the leaves start dropping off of these fruit trees. I feel like the season has gotten away from me, and there's a lot more to do, and I am running out of time. This morning I came out and you could tell the chill was in the air, so I know what's coming, and I hope I at least get these peppers and tomatoes before the ugly stuff comes. All right, back here, and I'm seeing, or I should say I'm finding surprises. So in this bed I have watermelon and cantaloupes, and it seems like everywhere I turn I'm running into something. Got a few here. Alright, so got a nice looking one here. That might be the watermelon. I think it's ready to be harvested. Might be. See that spot right there? At the table. I'll have to look at that. Alright, another one there, another one there. About few in this area over there. And this beauty right here. So I'll need to start paying attention to this bed because I hate to have some good stuff. I might give this a few more days, but then I'm gonna harvest that and try it. And of course, we know the acorn squash is doing good. So, all right, it's now 4 p.m. the next day, and they've been sitting like this, inverted, since I took them out of the canner last night. So as you could tell, I took the lids off and there's no leaking. So I'm gonna wipe the lids off and label them because I am using well water, which is hard water here for me. So to get this phlegm off, we're gonna clean it up. And then I got my marker and I'm gonna label it and put it in the pantry. But I'll let that air dry. While I do that, I'm running outside to harvest some more beans. Correction, harvest some more peas and get them shelled up. So far, this is what I have in the jar. It has like about anywhere from 4 to 5 different varieties in here, and I still haven't yet decided if I'm going to go through and separate them. So I am standing here trying to get my buckets filled and notice that the apples on this tree back here have turned red. This is all a first. So I walked around it and I could actually physically pick about 10 of them with my apple picker. So if not this evening, later tomorrow probably, I'm going to try harvesting them, cutting into them and see what they produce. I am happy about that. And this is the harvest on the peas that I'm about to sit down and shell. Yeah, look at those apples. I wish I knew the variety. Now, that has always been the problem with that tree. So I went over there. I was able to pick this one right off the tree, and as you can see, it's pest infested and damaged. No matter how many apples I've gotten off that tree, it's always some kind of pest infestation on it. So hopefully I could harvest some that are salvageable. Good everything. It is Friday the 15th of August 2025 and it's about 3 p.m. We started out this morning low to mid 60s and now we are high 80s to low 90s. So this is the harvest for today. Some more of the lemon cucumbers that are going to be juiced. A few more peas to add to my harvest yesterday. I got those shelled up. I'm going to show you what's the tally so far. This is going to be my 4th harvest from those plants. Anyway, apples. Now these are hard and firm, nothing like the tree up front, which is more of a Fuji type consistency. But as you can see, I have some damage. That one is going to go in the trash. This one has been pegged, but not all the way around, so I might be able to cut that out. And this is the other one that has some damage that could be cut out. That has some damage, but can be cut out. These are just specks, not damage. No, that. So my intent for this is to try apple chips with these. I'm looking for more of a harder texture, so that should be ideal. So that being said, let me take you and show you the peas that I got shelled and what it's looking like. All right, so of the baker's dozen that I just picked, one is just unsalvageable. Managed to get everything else, the bad parts, cut out, and it's a firmer texture. So I'm gonna get these cut up and put in the grater. As to the peas that I harvested during the last week or so, I managed to get this jar filled up, and I am working on this jar, so that's a good thing. So I am thinking that I'm going to harvest a watermelon and a few cantaloupes out of that bed to see if they're ready, what the texture is, what the taste is like. So I might bring you along for that. If not, I trust everyone had a blessed day, an awesome weekend, and a fabulous weekend. And the ancestors willing, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.